Good evening, everybody. It's your friend Sean Vanderley here. We're going to read a little poetry together tonight. Thank you for coming and watching and listening and opening your heart to these words. This is a place where we celebrate beauty. The way I've been doing that for the last number of months is by posting just little snippets from when I was out on hikes or out paddling or out just enjoying nature. No speaking, no commentary, no editing, just bringing you these strange moments. When I hike, I don't really like to take a lot of video or a lot of pictures, and most of the time, in fact, I won't even take a single picture, which is sort of a shame because sometimes it's nice to have a photo to commemorate a hike. But in the same breath, when you're out in wilderness, sometimes it's best to not be looking at it through the lens of I'm going to take a photo, which I'm going to post, or how does this look for a photo? It's better just personally, to just let it go and just enjoy and do whatever you're doing. But in the other breath, maybe it's a good idea to look at things in a different way. And sometimes you can do that through a camera, or you can do that by sketching. And that's something I started doing this summer. And it brings me to my first poem, just from Pablo Neruda, who I was thinking of, particularly because there's quite a bit of upheaval in Chile right now. And Mr. Neruda would be right at home. I'm sure his spirit is at home among the students and the protesters. This poem is called Pastoral. I copy out mountains, rivers, clouds. I take my pen from my pocket. I note down a bird in its rising, or a spider in its little silkworks. Nothing else crosses my mind. I am air, clear air where the wheat is waving, where a bird's flight moves me, the uncertain fall of a leaf, the globular eye of a fish, unmoving in the lake, the statues sailing in the clouds, the intricate variations of the rain. Nothing else crosses my mind except the transparency of summer. I sing only of the wind, and history passes in its carriage, collecting its shrouds and medals, and passes, and all I feel is rivers. I stay alone with the spring. Shepherd, shepherd, don't you know? They're all waiting for you. I know, but here beside the water, while the locusts chitter and sparkle, although they are waiting, I want to wait for myself. I too want to watch myself. I want to discover at last my own feelings. When I reach the place where I'm waiting, I expect to fall asleep, dying of laughter. Beautiful. I think Neruda was a guy who spent a decent amount of time in nature, and you can tell a spider in its little silkworks, the eye of a fish unmoving in the lake. Beautiful. Have you ever watched a spider closely? Next time you're out, do so. Pay close attention. Don't just watch, but reach out and touch the web. You'll find most spiders have two types of thread. The spokes are structural and not sticky. And then the tires, the circles, are sticky. That's where they catch things. You can take that from me, but you can also reach out and touch a web. That's what I urge you to do in this channel as a whole. Do you like my mustache, by the way? Proper Western mustache here, guys. The topic of watching ourselves and getting to know what we're feeling plays out largely in that Neruda poem. And we sort of continue on that theme with a poem by Guillaume Apollinaire called Hunting Horns. Now, too much information from me, but in high school, I was super into track. I was sort of into school, getting a good enough grade to pass. And I was one of these nerds who spent his time in the library. I was tired from doing workouts. Didn't really feel like going and smoking whatever people, were up to at those days. Anyway, and I would read books and do homework and all that good stuff and nap. But I would just wander the stacks, and I got exposed to some types of poetry that weren't in the curriculum just by pulling the books off the shelves. One of the types I got into was French poetry in translation, including Apollinaire, Italian poetry, Quasimodo, and any number of other weird things that you read when you're in high school. What else did I read? I did have a major poetry phase, let's say that. History, I read Lawrence and the Arabs. Wonderful stuff. Anyways, this poem from Apollinaire was an anthology. And I've never been able to find the beautiful, perfect translation that was in the anthology. Now, this translation is still pretty good. And I could read the French, but my French is like grade 11 French. It's terrible. I'm very out of practice. So I'll just read the English translation. It's pretty strong. Hunting Horns. Our past is as noble and tragic, as the mask of a tyrant. No tale of danger or of magic, nothing so insignificant, describes the pathos of our love. And Thomas de Quincey drinking his sweet and chaste and poisoned glass, dreaming when to see his Anne. Let us, since all passes, pass. I shall look back only too often. Memories are hunting horns, whose sound dies among the wind. Again, we have sort of that theme like from the Neruda of watching yourself and watching your feelings, getting in touch with yourself and your emotions and your memories. Beautiful poem nonetheless. I hope that you enjoyed it. Who knows? We may do more poetry here. Let me know if there's anything you want to read, anything you're interested in, how you like these poems, how you like the mustache. Let me know. I'm happy to hear from you. I hope you're having a wonderful night and that you have an excellent week. Thank you.